Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ball podcast. This is episode 4. Here with Jim and Jamie. Say hello.
Hello.
Lots happened in football. The kind of seasons have ended. I think the best place to start is we'll start with the Prem. I mean, we're not going to talk about the other leagues because we know fuck all about them, but we'll start with the Prem. I think, Jamie, you're a Pool fan. For you, all the best place to start. Decent end to the season, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. It's a big achievement, really, because it was a horrific season. Everything just kept going wrong. And in about March, I would have taken Europa League. So the end of the season was spectacular. We just, we didn't play brilliant football either, but we got the job done.
So, how many in a row? How many wins in a row?
In 10 games, we won 8. I think we're in 9 games.
And then it was like a draw to Newcastle or something.
We drew to Newcastle and Leeds in the middle. But yeah, it was a good end to the season. It was
good end to the season. I mean, finishing 3rd as well. That's
mental.
After Roy Keane spent the whole season saying you're the worst champions ever, even though Man United finished 7th after winning the league and Chelsea finished 10th after winning the league.
I know, exactly. We finished 5 points behind United after all that. It's like, their best season in years since Ferguson, and we finished 5 points behind them.
Yeah, but they do have a Europa League final to play on Wednesday.
True, so yeah. I mean, it was just, that middle part of the season was just horrific, where we lost every game.
Yeah, I mean,
that didn't happen. Quite a good first half and a
lost
good
6 home games in a row, and you still somehow came top 4. I mean, that's unbelievable, to be honest. Like, I don't think many people would have expected that to happen. I always said I thought Liverpool were going to find their form again, but I didn't think it would be like they'd get top 4. I thought maybe like 5th or something. But does some of your help? I mean, some of the results around you did kind of go your way in a sense. Leicester dropped a few points to Newcastle, and Chelsea lost to Arsenal and all that stuff. It really just kept you like in that driving seat in the top 4 race.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was when we knew when we played United, we knew if we won all our games, we would probably get top 4, and then we did, which was pretty great. And it's great because that Alisson goal actually means something now.
Yeah. Do you know, it's annoying though, because robbed of an absolutely iconic moment there. If fans were in the ground, it would have been mental, like screaming, everything. Oh my God. I would have loved to see that with fans, but Jim's been a bit quiet. We'll talk about Spurs with Jim, seeing as he's a spud.
Yeah, it's always nice to see us win. We don't do that much, so this season we've been terrible. It's been a terrible season, but I suppose finishing above Arsenal is always good.
Wow. Achievement.
Achievement. But finishing in that Conference League spot isn't great, but it sort of just depends on like how we set up with that, because if we play like say our under 23s until like I don't know, maybe the quarterfinal, then it won't affect us too much. I don't think it's just having to play Sundays every week isn't great either. But we're where we deserve to be, so I can't really complain too much. We didn't deserve to finish any higher.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say it's the same for Arsenal, really. We've been no good. I mean, to finish even like above Premier League winners Everton and what is it? Premier League winners Aston Villa as well. It's
Southampton,
I think,
as well.
Southampton and top 4 winners Leeds. It's I feel like it's quite a big achievement. It's fantastic. He deserves a 10-year contract after that, taking us to 8th place from 8th place last season. We have improved so much in that space. We've moved up 0 spaces. It's just improvement.
See, I feel like it's the whole Mikel Arteta like leaving. It's sort of gone a bit quiet now that you've won a couple of games.
Yeah, it has.
And that's how it goes, isn't it? And then you lose a couple of games and it will be back.
Yeah, I know.
But maybe that you finish like 8th, you've got a couple of wins at the end. Maybe that's going to
5 wins in a row. 5 wins in a row is not bad. I feel like we've got a good base to build on starting on next season. If we do make the right recruitments, you're going to laugh. I do genuinely expect us to be a lot better, like kind of maybe not top four, but kind of in and around that fifth, fourth area, because we have the players and we've shown we can beat people. I mean, we've beat Chelsea twice this season. We've
Yeah.
beat Spurs. We've beat Man United. We've beat all these teams. We've beat Leicester. Like, we can compete. It's just when our players decide to stop being absolute invalids, then we actually might be able to get a bit higher up the table, which would be nice.
Also,
but,
not getting Europa Conference, even though you finished below Tottenham, it
yeah,
could be like a blessing in disguise because it means you don't have to keep loads of dead woods
Yeah.
just to play in these
one
shit
game a
games.
week, just simple.
Exactly.
No more Sunday
you
games.
can-
It's been 4 years of that, and I'm sick of them. And
Yeah.
finally
It
get
could be
Saturday
a
games.
good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I also the whole Cronky out thing's gone quiet ever since people have, well, since they promised apparently some war chest in the summer, which they say every single year. So, but so I still would like to see the Cronkies leave personally, unless they obviously spend 500 million in the summer. Then sure they can stay, but I don't know. It's a tricky one with Arsenal because there's signs of us being good. We ended the season well, but it's that November period killed us. We're 6 points off top four, and I think Spurs were what, like 5. Is these
I know.
little periods in the season killed us, like us in November, like not winning a single game, just ruined it, to be honest. And the only thing, it's like the thing that sums up Arsenal and Spurs' season the most is both of them finishing beneath West Ham. It's awful. And they're just West Ham. They're good, right? They're not that good. Arsenal
It's
didn't, we didn't
embarrassing,
lose them.
isn't
this
it?
They'll
It's
season.
fall away this
embarrassing.
season, West Ham.
It's
will.
really embarrassing, I
hope
think,
so.
because Tottenham and Arsenal really got to look at it like themselves as a club. To see West Ham finish above us after last season, the season before that, they were like just scraping, relegation. It's just it's terrible, and it just shows how bad a season we've had. But then again, I mean, we were only 5 points off top
Yeah.
four, and
So is it as bad as we think it was? Yeah.
I don't know.
Or is it, are we as bad as everyone thinks we are? Or is just the league it's
Yeah.
just so stupid now.
I think,
everyone's just losing to everyone.
Everyone's had really difficult periods this season, and like even Chelsea under Lampard really struggled. We had really tough periods, so it's like, there's no, apart from City, there was no team who really got any consistency together. So.
Well, also, I think it's been a kind of a theme in the last three years, 3 seasons, 3-4, where the teams who are trying to come in that top 4 are all doing their best to not get in the top 4.
Yeah.
And just keep losing these games, and it just makes you think, so what if we just won that one game? But obviously you can't really think like that because it's not really how it works, is it? But it was a really weird season. I'm very glad to see the back end of it.
I'm so glad it's over.
Back to seeing fans.
Having
next
fans
season,
in the stadium.
Yeah, I enjoy watching the games with fans, but
it gives it a bit more of a excitement. There's a bit of momentum going either way.
Quickly on West Ham, do you lot think they're going to get raided in the summer for their players, or do you think they're going to keep on to all of them?
I don't look at their squad, and there's no one that stands out like Declan Rice. But apart from that, there's no one that is a clear option. They're just a good system that works quite well this season. They've been in good form, but I think they will drop off a bit next season, mid-table.
So I mean, Declan Rice, obviously, he's probably one in the shopping window for a lot of people. Like, they're probably looking at him. Souček's good, right? But is he like a better team quality player? Like, could he play for someone like, or maybe like, I don't know. I think Kufal, the right back, I reckon he could play for a bigger team. He's just because right backs, like, it's rare you'll find like a really, really, really good right back like Liverpool having Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's amazing.
I'm not sure Kufal is that, to be fair.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's
solid.
not. I'm not saying he is. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. He's a solid right back where a team that's probably not higher up in the table, because West Ham pretty high, but like a better quality of team or whatever could probably just do with him and he'd do a job. Do you know what I mean? Like Arsenal, we could use him. All right, and now Bellerin's probably leaving, play his last game.
That's true.
I'm trying to think. West Ham as well. They're all just old. They're all really old.
I think they're just a good team. They got rid of all the bad eggs in that squad, which is something
Yeah.
that Tottenham and Arsenal also needs to do. But yeah, I think maybe they might need to add in a few more players
Yeah,
because
they
Europa
will.
League is
They
tough.
will
So
1000%.
they'll need a
They're
bigger
not adding
squad.
in players. I expect them to get knocked out in either the round 16 or like something not round round 16 or someone rather early in the competition because I'm not sure or they'll really drop off in the Prem because there's no way they're going to be able to kind of keep up because they have a really thin squad as it is. Had a few injuries. Who did they lose for some parts of this season?
Antonio.
Yeah,
Struggle with that.
they lost some of their players and their squad's very thin. I mean, so I wouldn't expect them because they only have like 3 centre backs as well, or something stupid like that. So
What about
another thing? They need to keep hold of Lingard as well, don't they?
yeah,
They need to
if they
make-
can't get him back, then
Well, to be fair, they had a good
knows?
first half of the season even without him. Ben
Yeah.
Rama and Bowen, and they've still got good players in that position.
Ben Rama hasn't really played though, has he?
No, but Bowen's been good,
Yeah,
and I think Ben Rama is good.
Yeah, he'll come good. I think. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's his first half season at the club. But yeah, I think getting Lingard will be probably their main priority, and then
Yeah.
trying to keep hold of Declan Rice. I think
I
because
reckon as well.
maybe Chelsea will go
Yeah.
in for him. Maybe United
Yeah.
will.
I reckon if Brentford don't get promoted, I can totally see West Ham going for Ivan Toney.
That does make sense. Yeah.
Especially
West Ham
with
signing.
especially with the
Such a
law
West
of
Ham
like
signing.
they can be like they can say to him we have Europa League, we have
Yeah,
European football. I could 1000% see him coming because I don't think a top 6 club would sign him.
What
Well,
about Tottenham's manager? Jim?
Well, if we sell Harry Kane, what other strikers are out there? He
there's
might
that
be
Fiorentina
an
one.
option.
People were looking at Vlahovic.
Oh yeah, we were linked with him.
Arsenal and everyone's Edward, I think, is available. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like
It's not
Tony's good,
exciting, is it?
but I don't know. Like, is he the one?
Maybe we'd look at
I haven't seen him enough to be honest.
because obviously it's not going to be like a straight sort of sign. It won't be like a straight replacement. It will be 2 or 3 players. I'm thinking maybe we get in a midfielder, like a top midfielder or a top centre back, as well as a striker like maybe Tony who comes in.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we went in for him.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
we sell
replacing
Harry
Harry Kane, is there? There's no replacing him.
Mm.
If you lose him,
No,
that's going to
there
probably
really
be.
isn't.
Is it a
So-
bigger Is it a bigger loss than losing Gareth Bale back in 2013? Jim.
I think so, yeah, because I think so because like Harry Kane is not only a 9, he's a number 10 as well. He was creating chances, he was scoring goals as well. Like he finished top in both of those charts this season. So yeah, he'd be a huge miss, and it's not just on the pitch; it's off the pitch as well. Like his presence around the club is just brilliant, and he's a real role model, and there isn't many role models in that squad, to be honest. So yeah, he would be a real miss if he was to go.
I don't see you lot doing half as well without Kane, unless your recruitment is spot on in the summer, especially with some of these players you have.
And our
Your
recruitment
Dele
isn't
Alli's,
as
your
well, so-
Auriers, your Davinson Sanchez's, they're just not good enough, and they've been. I know it's 11-a-side game, but you really have been carried by Kane this season, and I think it is just fair. Like we were carried by Aubameyang last season. It's like I think it's just fair to say without Harry Kane, you probably would be like 10th right now, maybe 9th, maybe like 9th, 11th, some shit like that.
If we don't make good signings and replace him properly by maybe bringing in someone like, I don't know, like a Grealish, and then signing a striker as well, something like that. I don't know. I think if we don't do something like that and we invest in about 7 or 8 players who aren't from the Premier League, like we did with the Bale money, I can see us finishing 10th because he's that important to us. And if we keep the players that we've got now, who we know aren't good enough, who don't really put in the same effort as the likes of Kane, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we did finish 9th or 10th, to be honest.
Could new manager on the block. Obviously, we don't know your age yet, but could a new manager maybe persuade Kane to stay if it was a If it was a big one, but I mean, is there any big
I
ones
know.
available?
There's apparently they have their target. This has just come out like
Yeah, yeah.
yesterday night. We have our target, and apparently he's at a club already, and he's going to cost quite a lot to get out of the club. So, well, I reckon that will
Could
either
that
be
Ten
maybe.
Hag?
I think it might be Ten Hag, yeah, or Graham
Just
Potter.
signed.
So
Do you
either one of those. I
reckon
don't.
them signing in Ten Hag signing that contract like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Do you think that was done so Ajax could get more money for him, or?
Yeah, yeah,
Could
Oh
be.
yeah,
I think so.
Potter
I think
wouldn't
so,
surprise
because-
me. Graham Potter wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
It-
and
but
I don't
it-
think
'cause
I don't think
there's-
they're like as
yeah.
much as I want Graham. I would like Graham Potter, but I don't think he's the sort of manager that Kane would look at and think, "Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to
He's
stay
not a
here
winner.
because we're going to be winning the league next season."
He's won the Swedish
So
league, and that's
yeah,
it. I mean,
he's a project,
Yeah.
and
he's
he's not going to want to stay
coach
for another
sure.
rebuild.
Yeah, he's already
Yeah,
been.
and
through
it's a
about 3 of them.
risk. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
Even with Mourinho, you knew Kate. There's something quite attractive about working with Mourinho, someone who's won it all. But working with Graham Potter, it's like, it's going to be 5 years before we get to where we need to be.
Yeah.
Do you think he will go then, Kane?
Well, apparently Man City's #1 priority is to bring him in. So if they offer the money for him, he'll go. Yeah,
What money do you want?
it'll have to be more than 100 million. Anything over that.
Is he
So,
1000% going to sign for another English club if he leaves, or could you see him going to like PSG
I think so.
or Real Madrid, something like that?
Not really. He said in the Neville interview, going abroad doesn't interest him. So
Yeah,
I don't think that's what he's looking to do at the moment. I think
Mm,
I think if it was up to him, I think he would want to stay in England till he's
mm,
30, 33, 34 and
Yeah.
keep scoring goals because he wants to break Shearer's record as well. So he'll
Yeah,
want to
I mean,
stay in the Premier League as well.
I think City is likely, just for the fact that out of all the clubs there that like say could maybe get him, what's that, Chelsea, United, City, he knows it would City the best team first off, and secondly, it would probably anger the Spurs fans the least out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because if you went to United, I think you'd be pissed off, but you're just like, oh. If he went to Chelsea, you'd want to kill him. And if he goes to City, you're just like, fair enough.
I also think from Kane's point of view, City makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Because going to United, there's still a risk they're not good enough. Chelsea,
Yeah.
you're going to get annoyed by Tottenham fans. And City, you're guaranteed trophies. You're guaranteed success.
And City don't even play, like, the way they play is kind of complements Kane. They're playing with the false 9 system at the moment. Someone dropping deep. And Kane can do that. And then he can also then, if he's dropping deep and laying it off to the wingers, he's there for the cutback every single time. It is perfect for his style of play, I think. Because
It's going to be very difficult for any
as
other
Kane,
team.
he's evolved past that kind of. I will never say he was really a hold-up striker, but like kind of out-and-out striker he was a few years ago, if you know what I mean. It's like he's kind of grown out of that, and he just drops now, and is pretty good to watch.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of seasons, he's sort of, flirted with being that sort of all-round incredible player because only Tottenham fans would see it because this season, or well, last season now, everyone was shocked at seeing Kane like drop deep and play these incredible passes when Spurs fans themselves weren't very shocked at it because we had seen it before. We just hadn't seen it so much because, we had players like, no disrespect, Ali and Eriksen running in behind who aren't really as quick. This time we had Son running in behind. And, Jose's system was all about Kane, really. And, that's how everyone saw him to be that, like, real top player, all-round player as well. But, I think City's perfect for him as well because I think Aguero's leaving. He'll take the number 10 shirt. I can just see it. It's quite fitting. I can really see him joining them.
Listen, fair play to Kane anyway. If he goes City, like, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I don't know I really care, but like, yeah, I like him personally. Well, I like the player he is. Because he plays for Spurs, I don't like him. But the second he leaves, I like him. I think he's a great player, and hopefully we'll do some bits of England I mean, Harry Kane, Arsenal's always on the table as well. We need a striker. Ours
We
have no
could do
legs
with it
anymore.
someone who can actually finish as well. So if he wants to come to Liverpool, I'd like that.
I know, because obviously he's listening
No,
to
I-
this.
I-
So, Harry, I see you watching this. Come to Arsenal. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
He's not coming to Arsenal.
Yeah.
He's not.
Spoken about the Premier League. We've got some big games coming up this week. Got Jim's favourite Man United playing against Villarreal. It should have been Arsenal, but
Yeah,
Villarreal. And we got Jamie's favourite Man City playing against Chelsea. So I'll start off the Europa League final. Lesser of the two. No one likes Man United. Jim, let's hear what your thoughts are on this. Is it on Wednesday game coming up?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Jim?
I'm very, very sure of United winning, but the only problem is obviously Harry Maguire being injured.
Is he there for the
Villarreal
final?
get a set piece,
Is Maguire
I don't
fit
think
for the final?
He hasn't
I don't-
played yet, but he
I
might
don't
be.
think he will be. I don't think he will be.
It
fit,
doesn't seem like
to
he will be.
honest.
And that will be a big miss. They will
Yeah.
miss him. Because when we
Yeah.
played them, they were pretty incompetent. Was it by Lindelof? And I'm not sure Tuanzebe's much better either. So
No,
I mean, United though,
and it's just general like concentration with
team.
them.
Yeah.
yeah.
If they got a rested
Like,
team, they
they-
didn't play
they
like any of
seem
their
to
players
switch off.
yesterday, did they?
No, they didn't. No.
Yeah. I mean, I think was it Villarreal beat Real Madrid on the weekend or something like that. They're
No
a
idea.
good team. They will be difficult for Man United to break down. I say this, famous last words. They're going to win like 5-0 now, Man United.
Yeah, they
but,
probably will.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm just Unai Emery's won that competition so many times now. You can't write him off.
It would be fantastic.
You
if
cannot
United
write
lost.
them off. He's the best Europa League manager of all time, and it's simple as you can't write him off. If he, because thing is with Unai Emery's, I think what's been a bit different. I'll start with Solskjaer. The way United do their stuff is they don't do it on a game by game basis. They have like a system they play, and then the other team has to adapt to that. That's what most top
I
teams
see,
do.
yeah.
Like Liverpool's been doing that for years now since they've had their front three. They've had their system, and you play to that. Like the opposition plays that. What Unai Emery does is because he did this at Arsenal and it was shit, but because it's not sustainable over a season. European tournament, like a knockout tournament, it is. He plays game by game, changes his tactics according to the other team. So he might see something. He might have watched that Liverpool game 4-2 a few weeks ago. He might have seen some of the games where Man United have been popped, like Spurs 6-1 or whatever. And he might have picked up a lot of things off that. And all I'm going to say is do not be surprised if he pulls up with some like 6-1-3 formation or some shit like that and pulls off a win. Because he is such a good, I will say, he's such a good kind of on the off game. He knows what he's doing. Apart from that Chelsea one, but that was because the players, that was poor from him, but the players were shit that game. But I'm saying, don't be surprised if he pulls off an absolute masterclass and wins 1-0. That's what I'm saying. I would love to see it as well, because then we could say we lost to the winners instead of losing to the losers.
Yeah, I mean, United haven't really proven anything in terms of like winning trophies yet.
No,
I mean, they came
not
short
at all.
against Sevilla, so you never know. And I wouldn't be too surprised if United bottle it and Sevilla and Villarreal win. So Emery is a master at this competition. So yeah, you never
what
know.
United don't want is they don't want Brandon Williams touching that pitch. Otherwise, they are finished. They got a few players United they wouldn't want injured because their backups just like aren't as good. If you know what I mean. But
They don't have any other injuries other than Maguire, though, do they?
No.
I think they're all right. I think so.
Ole's
And they're all-
Juju.
They're guaranteed a penalty, aren't they? In this
100%.
I
game.
mean, the Ole
Yeah.
Juge is a bit strong sometimes. This guy is just opposition. I watch Unai Emery's going to get injured and he won't be allowed to be there or something like that because Ole's Juju is going to do him in like that. I mean, we've talked enough about this irrelevant competition. that none of us are playing in next season because we're all so good. Yeah. Now, Champions League final competition where only one of us are playing in it next season. Boo. But Jamie, you're the Champions League expert. I haven't watched a Champions League game in 5 years since we were last in it. So, you talk about that.
Well, we've talked about it before. I still think City will win. I also think Chelsea are in quite poor form coming into the final. Like losing to Villa, losing to Leicester.
They lost to Villa, didn't they? Forgot about that.
It's not a good omen.
Have they lost their last 3 games in a row?
I don't know. Did they lose one before that?
No, they lost to Arsenal.
Leicester. They beat Leicester, didn't they?
Oh, that's it. Leicester. Yeah.
They were good,
and then they acting like it was an amazing win. No, I don't know. Leicester probably could have drawn.
Yeah, I think it feels like City's year. And you know what? They've been the best team in Europe. They deserve it. I've sort of, I'm over it now.
Yeah, I mean, what are we thinking? Do you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, or is it just going to be a 1-0 flight?
Chelsea are solid. I can't see it being a high. It will be a maybe 1-0, 2-0, maybe like 1-0. It's a tight game, and then City get a second one near the end to confirm it.
Bit like the Liverpool Spurs one a few years ago. I'd like to see an entertaining one though. We haven't seen an entertaining Champions League final since. What's the last one back I can remember? Kiev was all right. The Juve Madrid one was good. When Mandzukic scored a bicycle kick. Yeah, I think Kiev was like the last entertaining Champions League final because it was the worst goalkeeping performance I've ever seen. Got a great bicycle kick, great long shot. You got the pass into the back of the net. You got an equaliser.
We can stop talking about it now. I don't really mind. It's fine.
It's
I really enjoyed the one the next year, to be fair. I quite enjoyed Liverpool Spurs.
Oh, that was boring. I mean, I was happy that
you should have been happy, Louis, right?
No one cares about that one.
I really do. I do.
No.
Yeah, it's like no one cares about 2006. That was my favourite one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no one actually cares about that. Though.
Seriously, no one does.
Yeah, no one cares about that.
But, I mean, Chelsea have a chance, obviously. They're the Tuchel, once again, he's a kind of one-off game. He probably knows what he's doing, but so does Pep. But is there a chance that Pep overthinks it? Or he's had his system now for a while, which has been working this season, so why would he change it? Like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be surprised if he just starts Eric Garcia in centre-back, even though he'll probably lose him the game. But he shouldn't, should he? He's come on, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I can't see him changing it because he's made that mistake before. Although both times he's played Chelsea recently, he's played weird systems that are different to his normal one.
But they were both kind of semi-final. I don't know why I did that. The quadruple was on. They genuinely could have won the quadruple, but
the league one was sort of because they're in the Champions League final. He didn't want to give anything away, maybe because he's a hipster and a freak.
Listen, maybe he's going to call up Liam Delap to play up front. He's a player. Watch out for him. A few years' time, he'll be in City's first team. He is a player. He is. Liam Delap. Remember the name. But, I mean, Timo Werner, do we think he's going to score? That's the question. I mean, will it be an offside goal?
That would be quite funny if he, scores the winner.
It's the sort of thing that happens in football, though, isn't it?
But I don't want Chelsea to win, obviously. I really, really don't. But it would be funny just to see him have his say in the game. It would be nice to see, I think, because I quite like him. I think he tries. Nice he has been quite unlucky this season. He's also been quite poor at times, but he's just not. He's not unlucky. They need a number 9. He's not really a number 9. Is he unlucky?
I mean, he's missing easy chances.
Don't get me wrong. He's missing sitters.
He's winning penalties, and people tell you, he's been fine. If that's my striker, 6 goals in the league is not fine. The amount of chances this guy has missed, it's not okay for a striker. It is and he lives offside. You can't be a striker, and if you're living offside, you can't be a top striker. The whole reason why some of the best strikers in the world are so good, especially the runners, is because they know how to make a run and be on side. If you know what I mean? Werner he's incapable of doing it. He's just there. I mean, there is a player there. You can see there is a player there. And I mean, he's been showing that in glimpses, but Yeah, if he just takes a few steps back and actually learns how to score, then I reckon it probably could come good after that. Any final words on this final, guys, before we move on?
I hope both of them lose. That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. But
I hope
if
fans cancel
someone
the
has
game.
to win, please let it be City. Please
I
let
don't
it be
know. I
City.
still haven't decided who I want.
Like,
Yeah.
I think they deserve it. Really, I think they've been on. Well, they've spent a lot of money, so this has got to happen at some point.
Yeah, it was always going to happen.
No, I think I'd like it to happen for Aguero.
Let's just have it now.
Because Aguero said he's not going to leave City
Yeah.
until they win the Champions League, and it's going to be nice, like little poetic moment, and it's going to be beautiful to see. And then shed a little tear from my eye, and then carry on about my day. And we got real stuff to worry about. We've got the bloody Euros. We're going to move on to that, and right. Now it's time to move on to the Euros. We're gonna run through. We're gonna chat about our England squads, 26-man squads. They're coming out tomorrow. So I'm gonna quickly share my screen, and we're gonna try and get into this. So I think we'll start at the keepers. I saw someone say Nick Pope's he's out. He's out for the Euros. So did you lot hear about that? Nick Pope.
He was
injured?
out for the Liverpool game. He was injured against Liverpool.
Apparently, he's not available for the Euros, but
there is only 3 keepers in this tier list, though.
Yeah, so we'll start with we'll just put in Pickford, Henderson, and Pope. Who's going to start?
For me, I think
it'll be Pickford.
Yeah. I think Pope's probably the best shot stopper, but he's really poor with his feet, and Pickford's actually in quite form for Everton as well. So
they just lost 5-0 to Man City, Jamie. Don't know about good form.
No, but he is. According to Everton fans, at the beginning of the season, he'd make a lot of mistakes and things. He hasn't made many mistakes recently. He's sort of.
That's all right then. Yes, I mean keepers is pretty standard though. Dean Henderson just missing out. Maybe do you reckon if United win their thingy, Dean Henderson might start? Oh no, but De Gea's playing, ain't he? Never mind. Forget I said that. Yeah, I mean Pickford's one of Southgate's love children anyway, so I'm sure it'll be all right for him. Might as well just move on. We'll do like the guarantees for the defense first.
Maguire.
Harry Maguire, where is he? There he is.
Yeah.
Another defensive guarantee, John Stones, surely. I mean, he's had a fantastic season with thingy. Someone tell me if they spot John Stones. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Luke Shaw as well.
He's been great. Luke Shaw and Chilwell, without doubt.
Obviously, Chilwell's clear, but we'll get into that.
Well, we've had this discussion. Jim, you're a Luke Shaw man, aren't you?
Yeah. I think in a back four, I think he's better, and I think hopefully we'll play a back four. And I think he's just a better left back. Sorry, Jamie, but
I know.
Yeah.
I remember having a discussion with you like 3 months ago where you were like unbelievably going mental about how Luke Shaw's so much better.
And since I thought he's been brilliant.
Who, Luke Shaw or Chilwell? So's Chilwell.
Well, but to be fair, both have been good.
Chilwell's got into the Chelsea team now.
Yeah,
so
where is Chilwell?
I think I said at the time, I think they're similar level, and I still think they're a similar level.
Am I blind? Can any of you see Ben Chilwell on this?
Look for that. Yeah, I can see him next to Calvert-Lewin, top row.
Oh, there he is. God, it looks different. It doesn't. I just can't see him.
I think those are the guarantees.
So those are the guarantees. Get on to right backs now.
Carl Walker. Yeah, I think
he's bottom right.
There we go. Yeah, I think so. We have how many at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got to remember, Nick Pope will probably get changed for someone else now. Maybe Sam Johnston. If it's Aaron Ramsdale, I'm not watching a single game of the Euros. I don't even care if he plays. That guy's the worst keeper in the world.
Midfield.
I mean, no, we'll just go through.
But we can come back
first.
to defenders.
Let's just finish off the defense first, I guess.
I mean, I'd go Trent.
I'd go Trent, but do you think Wan-Bissaka's going to get in?
I think he'll get in.
Wan-Bissaka's got no chance.
Surely Trent has to get in.
Trent or Reece James.
Yeah, I think Trippier is an outside shout, but
I don't think Trent will get a pick.
Yeah, for us, are we all in agreement there? We'd put in Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it will be James though.
And so, how many more defenders do we need? One or two, maybe?
You need another centre back. You can't play on two centre
Unfortunately, I think it will be as a centre
need-
back. I think
Eric Dyer and
Well,
Cody.
I think it'll be Mings.
I think he'll put in Mings
true.
just for
I
the
think
fact
it'll
he's
be Mings.
left-footed. Just because.
If we're doing our, are we doing
fact he's
our
left
squad?
footed.
Or are we doing?
I don't rate him, to be honest. I
I'd
think
say
he's not.
ours
I
and
think
like a mix
Concert
of
literally
what's
his centre back
realistic.
partner's better than him, but
Yeah.
Lewis Dunk's the
But-
best. That
Yeah,
isn't,
I don't
you know,
get why he
selected. Lewis Dunk's
doesn't-
actually a very good
Yeah.
centre back.
But
I
I
think
think
Eric Dyer
Mings
probably
is.
gets chosen as well.
There's no way Eric Dyer gets in that squad. Like he'd have to
Why
have
not?
Southgate's nudes. He's awful.
Well, no. To be fair, you do need another centre back as well. You can't go.
Yeah,
if
but
you're playing a
like-
back four.
I think there's
I'd-
more chance like Cody gets in over Eric Dyer.
maybe Michael
Maybe
Keane
Keane. Yeah, forgot about
might
him.
get in.
Godfrey.
But
I don't think he's on here, is he?
Dyer's a leader.
I've
not,
heard
and I
some
think
things saying
Southgate likes leaders.
Godfrey. Yeah, I've heard things saying Godfrey might get in because he's been fantastic for
No.
Everton.
But
But
he hasn't been in the England squad.
I
yet,
don't think he's
and
on here. So I just putting this out. I'd probably put in Ben Godfrey over like Michael Keane. and
Are we doing
whatnot, but-
Are we doing our team? Or
Yeah,
are we
we'll do
what?
our team. We'll do our team.
All right. So then I think we
This is
should
our
put in.
team.
I think we should put in Keane.
Michael Keane. Yeah.
I think
You-
the only thing I would say
you-
about Dyer is he can also play in midfield if you need him, and
He's
a
not very
leader
good in
and
midfield.
Badly.
Though. He's not very
Badly.
good in midfield, so I'm not
No,
sure if
I
that's
know.
even worth it.
But Southgate likes experience, and people.
Yeah, it's a
who
good
are
point. I
aggressive.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dyer was in there, unfortunately.
And
but
he'll be happy just to play like. I think Dyer probably will be in the squad, to be honest.
So
Yeah, I
you're
wouldn't be
putting in Eric
surprised.
Dyer over Michael Keane, yeah? Is that what we're going with?
we're
up to you.
but us, I
Yeah,
think
our
we
team.
should go with Keane.
Michael
Yeah, fair enough.
I think he's
I'd
a good
put in
centre.
Ben
back.
Godfrey, but he's not there.
We can
Right,
take him
so-
out anyway.
Yeah,
if we-
is that all the midfield?
Is that the correct
defenders,
amount?
sorry? 1,
Uh,
2, 3, 4, 5,
I don't know, I
6,
think-
usually-
7, 8,
I think
9, 10,
I
11.
wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they see Carl Walker as like, a potential centre back, and then they'll bring in Reece James as well. I can't
Yeah.
see Reece James not going.
But I think Reece James goes instead of Trent.
I think both go.
Do you think? I definitely. I don't know. I think I agree that Walker can play centre back, but you can't play in a back four if we're planning on playing a back four.
No, but I don't know.
We've got
I think we
15
might
more
go for
players.
back
We
three.
can always go back and add another.
Yeah, let's go back.
defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
All right.
But I think we'll just quickly out the way. Where's Harry Kane? Here he is. He's going.
Get him
There's
in.
no doubt about that.
Henderson and Henderson and Rice.
Is
are the
Henderson
guaranteed
fit? Is he
midfield.
even playing now?
He was on the bench yesterday, so yeah.
Is he
he's
guaranteed
fit, he
then?
goes.
If he hasn't been playing, is he starting?
if
now?
he's
Yeah, 100%.
if he's fit, he
Yeah,
100% goes. He probably starts if he's fit.
Henderson,
I think
He's yeah.
Rice,
no doubt.
Kane, Mason Mount,
Mount, yeah,
obviously.
Foden.
I think
I think you've got to
Foden,
put Foden
is you
in.
putting him as a midfielder or as an attacker?
I'd put him as an attacker. If we're
Forward.
playing
Yeah.
4-2-3-1, he goes as an attacker. He's going to play on one of the-
Rashford goes.
Yeah. Sterling.
Like, he
Yeah.
may
Well,
not
Sterling is a
start.
debate.
Yeah, Rashford may not start, but he goes like without
Yeah.
a doubt. Where is he?
He is. I'm terrible at finding them as well. Oh, he's next to Calvin Phillips, but like middle right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
right.
yeah, there we go.
looks
Right,
very
so
young.
we've got 6.
I
1, 2,
put
3.
Calvert Lewin in. I think he's going.
Yeah, Calvert-Lewin's
Eight.
a backup striker.
Hold on.
I think
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we have
9 more.
9 more players. So who are we saying, sorry?
Calvert Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I think Raheem Sterling gets in.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I think he should as well. I don't really understand all this
I-
Sterling. debate. He's
I
a world
want.
class
I
player.
would obviously. Jadon Sancho has to be in that squad. Like there are people
Yeah.
saying he might not just because he's playing the Bundesliga. Well, this guy's stats
No, he
over the
has to
last
be.
3
Yeah.
seasons have been outrageous. So we have 6 more players. Need some midfielders.
Yeah.
Um,
Grealish, I think, has got to go.
As an
Surely.
he
attacker.
should. As a
He
He
forward,
can't play midfield for me. He's an attacker.
Yeah.
is this too many forwards?
I think that's
He-
if we're playing 4-2-3-1, that's the correct amount. You know, You've got
Yeah,
two
but then
strikers, you've got a few
I
wingers.
I
you can
really
play in the middle.
I really really want to make a case for Greenwood. I think
It's
I
too
really
early, I
want to make.
think.
We'll
I don't
talk about
think
that
it
later if we have
is.
spare players.
A few
Yeah.
more
we can
midfielders.
Yeah,
Calvin
Phillips.
Phillips.
Calvin Phillips goes.
Phillips and Ward-Prowse, or just one of the two?
I'd take both personally, but then Bellingham's also in the discussion. I'd take two
Yeah.
of those three.
I'd take Phillips and Bellingham personally.
Personally, I'd
I
take
think-
Phillips and Ward-Prowse. I think because
Mm.
I haven't seen
I
enough
think-
of Bellingham.
I think to bring Bellingham to a tournament where in the next couple of years he's going to be possibly even starting, I think it would do him good. And I think he's that good. He could come in. He's played in Champions League quarterfinals. I think he's that good where you could throw him in to midfield, and I think he'd do more than a job there. I think he'd be really good.
It has gone wrong in the past though, taking a young player to like Theo Walcott. We took, and it
Yeah.
made too much hype, and then he didn't live up to it. I
Yeah,
don't know. I see what you mean though, but the thing is, so Southgate's going to want to play two of Rice, Henderson, and
We
Phillips.
still got 4 more players, so you can easily take Bellingham and Ward-Prowse.
I think you should take. I think probably both of them. Yeah.
Put them both in. Then I
No.
personally think Maddison misses out.
Yeah, I
Too
agree.
many
think he
players of his
does,
profile.
unfortunately. Yeah.
This leaves us with, I think, 2 more players. And
I'd put Reece James in then.
Yeah. I'd
yeah,
put
I
Reece
mean,
James in.
is Trippier's time at England over? I mean, he's just won the league in Spain. Is
Southgate
his
likes
time?
him.
Southgate takes him instead of Trent. I do not think Trent will go.
But
He'll
Trent
go.
has
He'll
to
go.
go. He
He's
has
been
to go.
brilliant.
He has
He's
to.
been brilliant.
He's been the best right back in England for the last 2 months. I
Where's
think Southgate's made his decision.
Joe Gomez like right now?
He's
Is he
injured.
injured
No,
still?
Injured, yeah.
Do you know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for Danny Ings because if the tournament was supposed to go ahead like it was supposed to last season, he's without a doubt getting into that England squad. But just because it's been delayed a season and he hasn't been as good, he's not going to get in now.
I think Calvert-Lewin offers something different. Danny Ings is sort of like
is
a poacher.
there a
and he can have
case?
goal.
So we have 2 more players. Is Jesse Lingard got a case?
For me now, because I think we've got enough players that
Yeah.
profile.
Probably.
Yeah. And he's
but-
going to have to go on the attackers as well. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in that midfield too, is he?
A
So,
versatility player that you might just think, oh, if you're an Us fan, Bukayo Saka, he can fill in left
I think
back
it's a shout.
on the
I think
wing.
it's a shout.
But he's never going to play. If we've got Chilwell and Shaw
Yeah,
and we've
but
got that many
Jamie,
attackers, he'll never play.
None of these play. A lot of these players won't play at all.
All right, just
Mm.
think now. If we need a goal, we need a goal. We're not going to obviously take off Harry Kane because Harry Kane.
We already have no. If we need a goal, we'll have 3 of these on the bench.
Yeah, but think about natural. If you need a natural finisher, I think Greenwood should go. I think he's that good.
No, but is that the same thing as Bellingham? He's too young. Won't live up to the hype.
I'd rather have Greenwood than Bellingham personally.
They're different players.
I'd rather.
No, I know, but I think Greenwood's proven himself more.
I think Greenwood should go. I think he's that good. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
So, but
But
you know,
There's
there's not many players left.
if you need a goal, you bring on Calvert-Lewin, you bring on Marcus Rashford. You don't say,
Yeah, no,
I
that's true.
want Mason Greenwood.
No, I don't
Did you
know,
put Reece
know.
James in?
I haven't.
No,
Should I put him in?
I'd
If
put
I put him in,
yeah.
we have, I think, 1 more player now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Can I ask, has Greenwood been called up to England squad before?
Yeah, and then he shed some
Yes.
birds in Iceland, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. I think,
Yeah, kind of blew that.
I genuinely think just for a final spot, let's rule them out. Cresswell's not going.
Yep.
Yeah, Hudson
Abraham's not going. Dele Alli's not
racist.
going. Antonio's not going. Ross Barkley's not going. Harvey Barnes isn't going. Connor Cody might go.
Connor
Yeah,
Cody's not
depends.
die as an option.
He could
Yeah.
kind of be in there, so
Yeah.
I'll leave him at the bottom.
Leave him down there.
Lewis Dunk,
Lewis Dunk won't
maybe,
go.
but I doubt it.
Hasn't been in England squad
Gomez
yet. He
won't
won't
go. Adoy won't go. Danny Ings won't go. Justin won't go. Lingard, there's a case. I'll leave him there. Loftus-Cheek
Loftus-Cheek
ain't
won't go.
going. Madison, I guess there's a
He won't
case.
go, but there is a
But
case.
I don't
We
think he's
could
going to go. Yeah, but
No.
Maitland-Niles won't go. Ollie Watkinson won't go. I mean, he was in the last squad, but I feel like that was kind of
I really like
ha-
Ollie Watkins,
have
but
fun.
again, I don't think he
Yeah.
offers anything too different.
Chamberlain won't go. Bamford won't go. Saka will leave at the bottom right now because we still have one more. I think what the one more will have to be one of these. Lamptey won't go. Tarkowski won't go. Trippier might, but just because we've already got 3 right backs. Probably not.
I think Trippier will go instead of Trent. Actually, looking at this,
Wan-Bissaka won't go.
Wrong.
I think
wrong
just imagine
Wilson
though.
won't go. And
Imagine
won't
if
go.
Trent isn't in the squad. That's almost like
It's disrespectful.
there's a group of fans already who are like going into the tournament with a tiny bit of frustration. I don't think he'd want to do that, make that big of a decision just before the tournament to not put Trent in after he's just got they've just got 3rd in the league. He's been he's been very good. His performances have been good since.
Hasn't he still got the most most assists out of all defenders in the league this season? He's got to go.
He's an immense footballer.
He's got to go.
And he offers something different. He doesn't have to play. He doesn't have to play against in the big games. But against Scotland and against Czech Republic, he's perfect.
Do you know who I feel bad for? Wan-Bissaka. If he's from any other country, he probably gets into their national team squad. But we have so many right backs. And the thing is, I probably would still if there was an extra space, I probably would take him. Just for a game, say, against France. If you want someone on Mbappe, you want Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, he's a great one-on-one defender, but he's still...
No, but if you're playing with France, you want Wan-Bissaka. But we've got one more
I'd rather Walker.
I'd still rather Walker, actually. But I do see your point, though, in terms of, like, if there was, like, an Mbappe who's constantly getting the ball on the left-hand side and he's just running at someone, Wan-Bissaka, and we're 1-0 up, Wan-Bissaka is great for that, but is that a little bit... too much, maybe just to keep him just for that situation when that situation might not even happen. So, yeah.
So we have one more. We have one more space, and it will likely be one of these players. I think these two are more of kind of a mix and match with a Michael Keane or someone like that. Yeah. Out of these though, do you know what? I would not be surprised if Lingard gets in that squad. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, looking at if Southgate's picking, I can see him going for
Lingard would be in the attacking options. He'd be a forward, wouldn't he?
He's a midfielder.
But he wouldn't play as a midfielder, would he? He'd play number 10.
True. But then it doesn't. But I don't know. I just think
he shouldn't play because I'd rather have Grealish there. I'd rather have Foden there, and I'd rather have Mount there.
Yeah. And I don't see how is he gonna play if.
Whereas with strikers, we only really have.
Who are we talking about?
And Kane. I suppose we have Rashford as well. Actually,
with Lingard and I think there's I think bringing Mason Greenwood would be the best shout. But I think if it kind of depends if we're doing a back 5.
Yes,
Cody's going to go. Cody's going to go if it's a back 5.
If we are going to play a back 3, Cody makes sense to have there.
Yeah, or back 3. Yeah.
I think for the people at home as well, he's not on this list, but Joe Willock, got to take him into account. He's unbelievable player. Nah, he won't get in. Too little, too late. Maybe if he started his form back in September and kept it, scored 16 goals, he'd probably be in that team. But
he would be worth 35 million.
Yeah, just about.
Even then, it would be.
Listen, if he scored 16 million, if he scored 16 goals in the league season. He's worth at least like 50 at that point.
80.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a lot of goals. Are we playing a back 4 or back 5 though?
I think it wouldn't surprise me if we switch in some because last tournament we got stuck with the back 3 in games where it wasn't working. So like Croatia where we couldn't keep any of the ball. We got run over in midfield. So it wouldn't surprise me if we want to be more versatile this time and have like different formations to play. So it wouldn't surprise me in big games we go back 3.
Do we need another centre-back, though? Because the way we look at it, if we play in 5 at the back, although Cody, you'd probably want him in the squad, he's not going to play over a back 3 of Walker, Stones and Maguire. It's the same one as 2018. They've already had that chemistry there. And then that's when you put Trent there instead of Trippier. And you have Luke Shaw instead of Ashley Young.
If Stones gets injured... Who would you have playing the middle centre-back role? Because Maguire's very good on the left. Walker's very good on the right. No one else can really play the middle.
You'd have to put Michael
Yeah, I
Keane
don't know
in
if
there, I
I'd. I
guess.
don't know if I'd rather. I don't know what I'd rather. To be
Has
fair.
Michael Keane even been playing, or is he injured?
No, he's been playing for Everton.
He's been playing.
He made a mistake against City.
Yeah. I think genuinely these players, there's a chance any of them can get in. To be honest, I mean, there's even some of these. He might not bring one. I probably think he will bring these three, but he might not. Like Bellingham, Phillips, and Ward-Prowse. I think it's a difficult one. And if we're just going to go for one extra player, who are we going with?
Do you have a vote? I'd go Greenwood.
I'd go Greenwood. I want Greenwood in it.
I'd go Saka just because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'll put Greenwood in there.
Yes.
I feel like it's fair. That's a fair
I
squad.
feel like it's coming home. That is a beautiful
It's a
squad.
good
Strong
squad, but
So much talent.
are we overrating them just because they're the only players we watch every single week?
Possibly. But
Possibly.
also, I think that we are. You look at the two clubs in the Champions League final,
Yeah,
stacked
true.
full of these players. Liverpool stacked full. We got a lot of world class players.
Then for these lot, we'll leave you watching at home. Eric Dyer shouldn't be anywhere near the squad, but it's only because Southgate
think he
seems
will
to
be.
like him. He could be,
Yeah.
but in reality, he shouldn't be anywhere near.
No,
that
he shouldn't.
26-man
I've
squad.
watched Eric Dyer every week, and he's not. I mean, there are games where he's fantastic, and then he just does that one mistake that usually leads to a goal. And he's just not. He's not at that level. He's not at the level of Maguire. He's not at the level of Stones. So I can see Southgate picking him. Don't get me wrong.
But it's not just how good you are at football. From Southgate's point of view, it's who's a good member of the squad. Who already knows what we do.
Yeah.
Who's a leader.
Kane said it in the interview again with Neville that Dyer's quite a big character in that squad. So. We don't know. You never know.
I think he'll go instead of Michael Keane probably.
I think it's
maybe
tough for Lingard, just kind of missing out on it because he has been great recently, and he knows that team. He was there 3 years, 5 years. No, 3 years ago. What am I talking about? He was there 3 years ago. Same with Trippier. I mean, I think maybe just because he's moved abroad, if he'd probably been like kind of might be pushed to the side. I don't know. I feel like Saka just misses out as well.
Saka's a good shout though.
He's been good season.
If Saka was in the team, I wouldn't be.
Because
begrudged
he's a
by
versatile
26
player.
man squad.
Yeah.
Has he been in great form though? Because when I don't really watch Arsenal, but sometimes.
Well, I
mean,
he has.
seems to be playing that well.
He's been consistently good this whole season.
Yeah,
fair enough.
And he spent the whole time either playing right wing or left back. So it's just I feel like, especially in like a back five, he was great at left wing back last season. He's just there. I mean, I doubt he's going to play. I doubt Greenwood will play if he goes. Just get like a 30-minute cameo in the game against no one.
Last game.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about who you start? Who's your first 11?
Yeah, we'll do a starting 11. I think. I think we're all agreed though. 4-2-3-1 is what we're going with, isn't it?
Yeah. And then maybe in a big game you can switch it, but for me it is 4-2-3-1.
I don't see why you'd switch it though, depending on the game. It's like
maybe in the game though, rather than start with a 3 at the back in the game. If we're winning 2-0 or winning 1-0, maybe you want to switch it.
When you've got someone like Declan Rice who is very capable of going into a back 3, you don't even need to make a change. I think he's that good. He could play in a back 3, and then you have Mason Mount probably coming in as a partnering up with Henderson and then pushing the fullbacks further forward. That's when you could see someone like Trent Alexander-Arnold pushing forward. There's options, which is good.
But if we're doing 4 at the back, I think I'm just going to put it simply. Probably Pickford in goal. If Maguire's fit, which I hope he is, Maguire, Stones, Walker and Shaw.
Yeah.
Then midfield 2, you'll have Henderson and Rice. Mason Mount at number 10. If Grealish is fully fit, it'll probably be... Actually, no, he doesn't really like Grealish. It'll probably be Sterling on the left, Foden on the right, Kane up front. And that's probably what Southgate will do. That's what
I think he'll do.
Yeah.
Personally, I haven't seen enough Grealish recently. Obviously, he's fantastic, but is there a bit of rust there by any chance?
He was good against Chelsea in the bits I watched.
Maybe
and he was good against Spurs as well.
I'd play him against a team like Spain or something. I feel like Grealish should be quite effective able to.
He's a good player.
I
to
mean,
have
I
in
was
the
looking
squad.
at Spain's squad. Their defense is rubbish. Didn't
Yeah,
you know
it's a
they
weird
didn't
squad. No,
they
no
didn't
Real Madrid players. No
yeah, they didn't
Ramos.
bring in Sergio Ramos.
Weird.
The Laporte and Garcia back as your centre backs. They aren't going
I mean,
anywhere.
that's not too bad.
Eric
No,
Garcia
that's-
is
But
awful.
it's just
That's
it
not
was
too
Sergio
bad.
Ramos, Champions League winning captain ahead of
Yeah,
Eric
but
Garcia.
you know,
Azpilicueta went as well.
Laporte's a good. Laporte is a very good centre back still, and
Eric
Garcia's-
Garcia ahead
Eric
of
Garcia.
Sergio
He's not a
Ramos.
bad centre half.
But he's not Sergio Ramos, and I hate Sergio
No.
Ramos.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, he's not Sergio Ramos, but you know they've got to sort of look to the future now. That Spain squad is not the squad that it
I mean,
was.
they weren't going to win it
so,
anyway. Yeah.
No.
How do we
But
feel?
then
Do we think we'll win it?
Who's going to win
No.
it? England.
I think we will.
Or it depends. If Germany are crap, because we'll be if we top our group, as I said, we'll probably be playing. Actually, there might not even be one of the best third place teams, but there's a chance we could be playing Germany, France, or Portugal in the round 16. So
But you
I'd
need to win,
say, yeah, I'd want to avoid. I'd want to avoid France and Portugal. I'd play Germany because I don't think they're that all that anymore. But
Oh, I know. Playing the Germans though, it's just like,
yeah, but then we beat them.
oh,
So sweet.
yeah. I
I'm-
think I'm pretty confident that we could,
Yeah.
you know,
I
get
don't
to a
think we'll win it, to
semi-final,
be fair,
final.
but I think we'll get to
Yeah.
semi-final, final.
It would be great if we
Because-
won it though.
I think international
Oh.
football is a lot about the quality. It's rather than tactics. So if you're just solid and you have the best players, you have a really good chance. And I think
Yeah.
we do. We're up
It's
there.
a good team. I mean, though, as I've said earlier, could be a case where we massively overrate all of our players, which we probably do. And when did Henderson last play?
It was the Everton game, but he was on the bench today and he's been in training for a week. So
Training for a week. The Euro starts in like less
2
than
weeks.
3 weeks
That's
or something
fine.
like that.
but it means he's also had a rest. You know, if you could say it like that, he's not burnt
I
out.
don't think an injury is really much of a rest.
Well, it means he hasn't been
Um,
playing 90 minutes every 3 days, whereas
Yeah,
some
I
can
mean,
have.
listen, I wouldn't be
I don't know, I
surprised
think-
if he started like Rice and Phillips or some shit, to be
Oh, I
honest.
might
But
shoot myself.
I feel like England kind of, I don't know. See, we're so kind of, everyone's so like, oh, I wish we just had like a Kante. It'd just be like, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Declan Rice and Henderson is a very good. midfield
Yeah,
trio.
we can't moan too much because you
Yeah.
know the midfield was where we lost the game against Croatia. So I think if we have a midfield of Rice, Henderson, and Mount, they're all players that can keep the ball, which is the main thing, and which is something that we couldn't do in that game. So I'm not too worried about the midfield. It's probably more centre back, maybe if we don't. If we
Maguire
come up
gets
against
injured,
a good
that's a
team,
problem.
and Maguire's not there, and then the keeper as well, question marks over Pickford. I think that's where I'm a little bit more worried. But midfield, I think it's a good midfield, I think. And there's options as well.
Apart from the wings, where we've got loads of options, there are most positions we are quite slim, and right back. But centre back
think
we're
so.
quite slim. Goalkeeper we're not great. Midfield we've got Henderson and Rice, and that's about it. You don't
Thing
have
is,
to play Philip.
Are we slim at centre back, or is just not picking the good ones?
I think that.
I mean,
Well, yeah, I think Lewis
Duncan
Dunk's-
Konsa are good centre backs. They're very capable,
but
but
there is
Southgate
drop
will
off
want to
from
take.
Maguire.
Yeah, he'll want to take Michael Keane and Tyrone Mings and all these shitters. It's like,
Mings is really bad.
mm,
Do not like Mings.
but he's only going to go because he's left-footed. That's the only reason he's
Yeah.
had a career, because he's left-footed. I say that
And he
like we're
looks good.
professional footballers ourselves.
He's physically
but,
built well, isn't he?
We're massive. I remember he played against Arsenal when I was there when we beat 3-2 something. I don't know. He was really good in that game. Because if he has a good game though, he is very hard to get past. Because he is
Yeah.
like
And also, like,
huge.
I think Southgate's hoping that nothing happens to Maguire and Stones during the tournament. So I don't think he'll be wanting to change anything too much. You don't really substitute your centre backs, do you?
No,
Well, yeah.
yeah, I
also,
mein,
in
with
the World Cup, we pretty much played the same team every game
Yeah.
except for the Belgian
yeah.
games.
Yeah.
I mean, Harry Maguire he's really his injury. This is the first time he's been injured in like 2 years. He normally
Yeah.
plays every single minute, so
I think Harry Maguire is a
Um,
really, really good player.
not sure it's much to worry about. Yeah, I mean, off the when we're looking off the bench, players like Marcus Rashford, Jack Grealish, Cavalier, Sancho.
Sancho.
We're not even talking
unbelievable.
about Sancho. Like Sancho, everyone's forgetting around. This guy can start. I'm
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
dead serious when I say
A
this
lot of
guy
people
can
have said that.
1,000% start. And
There's game changers on the bench, isn't there?
yeah,
It's
so
like
I wouldn't be
100%.
there's
I wouldn't be surprised. Just let them cook. We can win. There's rotation there. For like the only like massive miss, an injury that would kill us would be probably Kane, just because no one offers
Yeah.
what he offers. This
Yeah.
as I said earlier, this guy is a
and
bit
one
too
I
good.
think I'm one of the two centre backs. If they were to get injured,
Yeah,
it would
I'm
be.
still like John Stones has been great, but I'm still quite scared he's going to do a John Stones.
He
this
does. He
tournament.
always does. I have no doubt he'll give them a goal. He always does.
He's classic John Stones, but yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen there because we're nearly done now. Time's nearly up.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap this up. I mean, that's our England squad. Talking about the team. Team will come out tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and get this uploaded to the same day, Monday. And yeah, I mean, is there anything you guys want to say?
What are the chances that we get it absolutely spot on? That would be
No,
good,
I don't think Trent gets in there. I don't think Michael Keane gets in. No,
if we get it spot on, I want everyone to subscribe.
No,
that is true.
Because,
Everyone.
Looking at like 70-80% of the viewers aren't subscribed. So,
get subscribed,
press that button.
guys.
Press that button.
If you're watching
hit
it, you may
100.
as well subscribe. What is
Yeah.
the point? You may as well
Yeah.
subscribe. If you're watching,
We're trying to get that number up. But I mean, apart from that, anything anyone wants to say?
no, other
No.
than come on England.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
come on City
England.
Coming
as well.
home.
Come
in
on
the final.
City. Come on Villarreal.
Come on
Come on, Villarreal.
Yeah.
And then don't
Yeah.
watch Chelsea City. That's my
Yep.
plan.
Euros will be back soon, but we'll be back with another episode next week, probably talking about Champions League final and whatnot. And we'll see how spot on we got our England team because we're visionaries. We get everything right. Everything we say, take it as gospel, right? Because we know
That
ball.
is true.
We know ball. But yeah, and yeah.
Hey.
I mean, apart from that, I want to thank you all for watching. Feel free to like. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to comment. I mean, I don't really care if you comment, but yeah, that's about it. Say goodbye, everyone.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye, and
Bye.
we'll see you next week.